Royal Canadian Legions are the foundation of communities. It's where we gather to celebrate, mourn, and to socialize. But after being forced to close for months due to lockdown restrictions caused by COVID-19, many are left struggling to stay open. Nepean MPP and Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport Lisa MacLeod was at the Barrhaven Legion alongside the Ontario Trillium Foundation and MPPs Jeremy Roberts and Goldie Gamari to make a funding announcement. MacLeod says $83 million will go towards non-for-profit organizations in Ontario, focusing on places like Legions.
We're doing this so that we can support those with mental health issues who have been isolated for the past several months. We're making sure that our religious institutions, that our legions, that our community organizations can have access to PPE that make their costs go higher.
MacLeod, who has been a member of the Barrhaven Legion since it was founded 15 years ago, said she approached the Ontario Trillium Foundation to see what types of support could be brought forward.
On the 12th of March, the sectors that we represented shuttered overnight, losing at least $20 billion in the Ontario economy and threatening our very being as Ontarians.
MacLeod said the funding will primarily be used to help organizations retool their facilities, like the addition of plexiglass barriers, social distancing marks on the ground, or for hand sanitizer and personal protective equipment. She also said museums can apply in order to showcase their content and exhibitions.
Legions were forced to close for months due to the growing COVID-19 pandemic, and they've only recently been able to reopen again. But if you come to a Legion, the whole experience is quite different.
Now we have to adapt the hall.
Barrhaven Legion President Stéphane Guy said the announcement was welcome news for the branch, which has already made some safety improvements, including a plexiglass barrier around the bar.
We have 2 bartenders on duty. One of them is strictly there to serve the people. They pick up a sanitized glass, they pour the beer, and that beer is given to the customer. That the other bartenders, other bartenders goes around and cleans the tables after the people have vacated, and he's outside of the bar area.
Branch 641, located at 35 Fowlefield Road, reopened on July 17 after being closed since mid-March. Hours are reduced and space is limited. However, some activities are now resuming. Guy said they have recently allowed their members to use the dartboards again as long as they play with people who are within their household or bubble. The Legion is also looking at restarting their Friday night meals, one of the Legion's biggest and most regular fundraising events. Guy says the night will not include entertainment or dancing, and the meal will not be buffet style. Instead, servers will bring the meals to the diners' tables.
The Trillium Foundations will help us to buy equipment, serving tables that we're going to be able to, because of the way we're going to serve tables now is very much different than what we used to do. In this case, we'll be able to purchase equipment to make sure that our members stay safe.
Not all Legion members are pleased with the funding announcement. Joel Vansnick, commander of the Royal Canadian Legion's District G Ontario Command, which includes branches in Ottawa and across Eastern Ontario, said he was disappointed with what was brought forward.
Personally, it doesn't mean too much for our branches in the Ottawa area and any ways of help. It means that, yeah, there is a Trillium grant, there is $83 million put aside for it. We get deadlines to apply. We have a massive criteria and a massive checklist for an application form. But it's not going to help the people pay their bills today. Right? And that's what we were looking for. It's not there.
Vansnick says the money will be needed even more so at this time next year after they run out of their current funds. He says he would have liked to have seen more support for smaller Earl branches like in Greeley, which find it more difficult to stay ahead. Vansnick, however, says he appreciates the fact that money has been made available, but would have liked to have seen it more focused solely on Legions. He's also not pleased with the timelines given to apply, which are right in the middle of a Poppy campaign and at a time when Legions are reopening their doors.
What I liked about it is that there's money is set aside. You can apply for a grant to renovate your building to make it COVID friendly, or better for your members, better for your patrons. So there is money there, but the thing is that it takes time, and it takes estimates, and it takes all kinds of quotes. The first timeline is September the 2nd, and the second one is December 5th. Are we going to have time doing a Poppy campaign, trying to reopen our branches?
McLeod says the money announced today would have been spread out over 3 years, but the government realizes it's needed now. Members of the Legion are mixed as to how useful it will be, but say it's better than nothing. Charlie Cenac, WYN News, Ottawa.